All week I've been talking to you from a DVD series I did a while ago called Story in the Stars. And people have been blown away by, not by the teaching itself, I don't take credit for it, they're blown away by God and how much effort He's gone into creating the universe, into aligning stars and planets and constellations to make major announcements in pivotal times throughout history. And we talked about God in Genesis creating the sun and the moon and stars to serve as signs for us in humanity, that He would use them to mark sacred days. And we talked about the birth of Jesus definitely being one of those sacred days. And on Friday, we're going to conclude with the actual birthday of Christ and look at the alignment of the stars in the heavens. It is absolutely amazing when you consider that God really is into details. If I was to ask you to look in the Bible for constellations, would you look at me funny? Would you say, Joe, why would you tell us to look at constellations? Another word for constellation is zodiac. And I know that people kind of get, we get all uppity when we hear the word zodiac, but zodiac is from a Greek word, simply means zodiakos, something that moves in a circle. Because from our perspective, that's how the constellations seem to move. But there's a book in the Bible that talks specifically about constellations, and it absolutely blew my mind when I found it. And you can see it here in the book of Job, chapter 38, verses 31 and 32. And it says, can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? This is after Job is questioning God, and God answers, he says, can you bind the chains of the Pleiades? Can you loosen Orion's belt? Or can you bring forth what? The constellations in their seasons. God says, no, you can't, but I can. And what's amazing to me is that as you look back in history, and I've been able to uncover a lot of these constellational charts, and I want to show you one here. On the left side, there's a white chart, and that's a 5,000-year-old chart from the Egyptians. The one on the other side is also a 5,000-year-old chart from the Chinese. And what's amazing is that these are cultures, guys, that never spoke to each other. They didn't communicate. They probably didn't even know the other person existed. But yet they looked up into the night sky, and all of them saw the exact same 48 symbols. That cannot be a coincidence. There must be a purpose to this. Psalm chapter 8, verse 3 is a beautiful verse, and it says, when I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, what? Which you have set in place. So God put them there for a purpose. And one more verse here in Psalm 147:4. He, God, He counts the number of stars, and He calls them all by name. That is remarkable. NASA tells us there are hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy, and God put them all in the sky to tell us about the birth of His Son. That is phenomenal. God cares about us.